could we fix this? The concrete's setting up pretty fast. This dog ran right through the patio, right into the stamped area. We got to keep going. We got to keep stamping that because the sun's out. Now, could we get it to where we needed to? That's what you're going to find out in this video. So we were hired by this homeowner. We've done some other concrete projects on this job. We've done the floor in the house, the floor in the garage, the stamped patio on the back of the house. That's in behind that plastic. And now the homeowner wanted to expand his patio area out here. So he installed that wall, the block wall over there. He put all the crushed rock and the gravel inside, packed it. And then we came in, did all the forming. And now we're doing the concrete patio. So it's a pretty good sized patio. I'd say it was about 800 square feet. And it was kind of tough to reach. That's why we got the conveyor truck right there. But we're getting it poured. And I just wanted to show you, how we went about pouring this thing. It's about 4.5, 5 inches thick. Put a mat of rebar in it. That's that fiberglass rebar, in case you've never seen that. We're using that stuff more and more. It's really lightweight. It's number 3 fiberglass rebar, and it's rated the same strength as number 4, which is 1/2 inch steel rebar. So why wouldn't we use it? We're going to end up stamping this in an Ashler Slate pattern, as you could kind of see when the dog was running through part of it. And the tough thing about, when you stamp concrete, and we got a pretty nice day here, it's going to end up being really warm. Part of this is going to be in the sun, part of it's going to be in the shade because of the way the sun's coming up on the other side of the house. So there's a lot of little tricky things going on here. And to make things even harder, once the concrete starts to set up and you got to start stamping, you've got a very limited amount of time to get from one end to the other before the furthest end gets too firm to stamp, and you struggle maybe to get the pattern in it that looks the same as where you started. So we're going to be battling that here too. Now, as you can see, where we're starting to pour usually is where the concrete sets up and you start stamping. This one's going to end up being just the opposite. We're going to start stamping back in that back corner, way back by the concrete truck. And then we're going to have to really hustle to get to this back edge where we started, because the concrete's just going to set up really fast. And it's only one load too. It's not like it's 2 loads where, you can go back and maybe stamp the first truck and then you got a little bit of time before you got to stamp the second one. So there was a lot of little battles we were going to have to go through. And that dog being something that we really didn't plan on. And those footprints, the only worst time could have been is if we'd stamped the whole patio and he ran through the whole patio. But we were halfway done and we were trying to hustle to finish up the part we hadn't stamped. And those footprints were going down in there, a good 1/4, 3/8 of an inch in areas, even where we had already stamped. And the thing about stamping that you don't know is, unless you stamp a lot, is you can't just take the stamps and re-go back over what you've done, unless it's basically just a textured stamp, like a stamp mat, not one with patterns like the one we're using. You just can't recreate those patterns and go backwards. So that made it quite a bit of a struggle. And I'd be lying if I said we weren't pretty frustrated right at first, even though it wasn't really the dog's fault. The dog didn't know what to do or what he was doing, and the homeowner, the neighbor actually, who let the dog out, didn't know we was here pouring either today. So it's just a normal thing for him to let his dog out and let him go running around a little bit. We're way up on a lake in Belgrade Lakes, Maine, so it's not like he's in the city or anything. It's quite a rural area, as you can see in the background. The houses and the camps on the lake are spread out quite a ways, so there's a lot of area for a dog to run if he just wants to run. Now this is, if you remember, this is where we started pouring, and this was setting up pretty good, and the sun was hitting part of it here for a while, and like I said, the parts in the sun are going to start curing up twice as fast as the parts in the shade. So we're battling a little bit of sun way on the furthest end. It's hard to see here in this video, but that little part where we finished up down there, that's already in the sun too. So right now what we're thinking is, all right, which end are we going to start on first? It's difficult with the stamps we're using to start on both ends at the same time and work your way to the middle, because they never line up right, and you end up having to kind of freehand one little strip down the middle that may or may not be visible. We've had to do that before on pool decks, but so this furthest end, you can see we got some texture in it by rolling it. This is one of the pro tips here, man. If you can get if you're stamping concrete with a texture, a stone texture or something, if you can get a roller and pre-roll some of the texture in advance, and if you can do that over the whole pad, your stamping comes out so much nicer, in my opinion, versus just going ahead and stamping. You don't have any areas you miss. Occasionally on a stamp like that, even though you tap it and you pound it, or you walk all over it like we do sometimes when it's really soft, there might be areas where you don't get quite as much texture as you like. Now, that doesn't happen as much when you're using liquid release like this, because you can really see everything when you pull it up. But when you're using powdered release, sometimes it's hard to see exactly if you've got the 100% of the texture underneath the stamp when you go pull it up. Here, what we do is, if we pull it up, move the stamp, and, we keep going, and then we look back, and if we see a spot that maybe doesn't have the texture we like, we use that little 9-inch roller that we got to just go back and retexture it. So that works really good in this system right here. Now you can see we're getting to just about halfway, getting close to where this dog is going to run through this thing. And remember, we've already rolled this other end way up here, so you already know that's starting to set up. So we're working our butts off, really, to get to this further end, because it's warm out now. It's probably 75, 80 degrees in the sun. And, we know we got probably 20, maybe 30 minutes to get from one end to the other. Good thing is the three of us, we're really experienced. We've seen and had to fix just about anything you can imagine when it comes to stamped concrete. So it's not like there's much that we haven't seen or something that's not new that we don't know how to tackle. Just that right there, honestly, that has never happened to us before on a big stamp job like this. Never. Now, the part in the concrete that's not stamped yet, you can see how did we completely get this thing fixed? Now, if you want to see how we fixed everything, you can join the Concrete Underground. I'll have that training video in there. I do have training videos. I have a membership site where I go into deep detail on how to work with concrete, and stamping concrete's one of the training areas I have in there, where I have all kinds of stamp videos teaching people how to do this stuff. Now, if you want to really see how we took care of all those dog footprints, especially the ones that were in the areas already stamped, I'll have that in a training video in the Concrete Underground. So a link for that will be down in the description below. But as you can see, we definitely got them rolled out of the part that we hadn't stamped yet. And, right now looking at it, you can't even tell the dog ran through it. So in that aspect, we were lucky we were only halfway through this thing, in my opinion. Even though at the time, when I was standing out there on that pad and that dog ran through, I was in shock really for a minute. And then after the shock kind of wore off, I started getting a little angry, because I'm like, how the heck are we ever going to fix that's in the stamped area and make it look like a dog never ran through that? Because we'd faced a lot of challenges when it comes to stamping, but never like multiple dog prints in concrete that's setting up really good that we've already stamped like that. So that was a challenge in and itself. Knowing that we still had half of this thing left to stamp, like we didn't really have the time to mess with those footprints, because we knew we had to get this thing stamped to the end here, because the sun was hitting this end up here a long time ago, probably 30 minutes ago, the sun was up here, right? So this end was pretty firm. That's why we got the tamper out now, versus when we started, we could just use our weight. I just want to mention our sponsor here. The sponsor of this video is the Concrete Underground. That's my membership site, my training area. If you want to learn about all things concrete, how to do forming, pouring, whether it's floors, slabs, patios, walkways, pool decks, stamp concrete like this, concrete repair, I even have my epoxy coating tutorials in there. The Concrete Underground is your place to be to really, pick up your game. learn how to do this stuff online, the comfort of your own home. And then it's just a matter of getting some hands-on experience to really educate yourself on how to do this stuff. So the link is for that's in the description down below. Make sure you check that out. And then if you're new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Make sure you put new sub in the comments, and then you'll be entered into a drawing to win some free gear, the stuff we wear, the t-shirts, the hoodies, the hats. I pick a new one every week, so make sure you put new sub in the comments, and that's how I pick the winners. So all in all, you know, at this point right here, we're kind of relieved in a way. We got down to the furthest end where we knew it was setting up good. Everything was looking nice. The pattern, the texture was all looking the same. So this was kind of a sigh of relief right here to finish this up. And then from here, you know, I'm going to show you how we sealed this thing. But really, we come back the next day. We put the saw cuts in it. Actually, on this one, I think we came back late this afternoon because the sun was coming up over the house and the sun hit this thing. So I believe we came back late in the afternoon, put the saw cuts in it. And then the next day we come back and we wash this thing like a car. Yeah, you can see there, it looks pretty good. There's some of the release right there still kind of evaporating, but this one's the patio we did the previous year. He just wanted a new coat of sealer on it. So now he's got a really nice stamped concrete area out back. He can do all kinds of things on. But as I was saying, so we'll come back and we'll wash the release off, and that's all in the training courses. I show you how to do that. And then we put on our favorite stamped concrete sealer here. And we usually do 2, sometimes even 3 coats of this. Really light coats. Stuff cures up pretty fast, so we can go right over a pad like this, kind of back to back to back. And that's what makes it look really nice. Now, I'm going to have a couple more videos pop up here about some things to do with stamped concrete. If you're interested in learning more about stamped concrete, you know, you can click on those videos and watch them a little bit more. The best thing is really, if you want to learn more about this and how to do this and what we charge and all that stuff, is to get either my stamped concrete course, which is in the description of the video below, or get the Concrete Underground, join that, and that's a monthly payment thing. You can stay in there as long as you need to and learn everything you want. But check out these 2 videos, and we'll see you on the next one.